Kia ora, I'm David Chaston with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. As we get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock. With news worldwide, factories seem to be in overdrive. But first, the latest dairy auction has brought lower prices again, now the fifth fall in the prior 6 auctions. This one fell by almost 0.9% in US dollar terms and 1% in New Zealand dollar terms. Since the large 14% rise 3 months ago, overall prices have now fallen 5%. Butter retreated by 5.4% from the prior auction, and this was the biggest mover, but most other changes were small, with skim milk powder prices up 0.5% and whole milk powder down 0.5%. In the rest of the world, the data is all about factory PMIs. In the US, their factory PMIs expanded faster. Both start with a strong result, bolstered by very high new order and order backlog readings. The price measure is still reflecting high stress, although it wasn't quite as extreme as for April. But there was one data item that was soft: employment. Interestingly, in the Dallas Fed factory survey, their fast expansion slowed somewhat in May, but input prices and wage pressures accelerated further in the month. Perhaps this is an early sign that those raging cost increases are working to take the top off their factory boom. Elsewhere in the US, a major cyber attack on their largest beef processor has severely disrupted meat markets there. But it is an attack on the global operations of this huge Brazilian company, so plants in Brazil, Canada and Australia are also affected. The attackers are said to be Russian. In Canada, their factory PMI is reporting a much more modest expansion, but output prices rose at the quickest rate in this survey's history. There was even a more modest expansion was reported in the private Caixin survey in China, which barely matched the tame official version. But at least new orders, including new export orders, did rise. In Australia, the factory expansion looks more like the US than China. New business growth and price pressures both hit new records. A separate local PMI report also showed a strong expansion. But while it notes extreme input cost pressures, output price pressures are more restrained. The US Treasury 10-year yield starts today at up 4 basis points at 1.62% as Wall Street is back from holiday. And the price of gold starts today at $1,902 an ounce, a dip of $5 from this time yesterday. And oil prices start today up $1 at $67.50 a barrel in the US, while the international Brent price is now just on $70 a barrel, and that's a 2-year high. And the Kiwi dollar opens today at 72.6 US cents, a small softening overnight. Against the Australian dollar, we're down more than 0.5% to 93.5 Australian cents, and against the euro, we're soft at 59.3 euro cents. That means our trade-weighted index starts today at 74, which is actually the same level as a week ago. Kia ora, I'm David Chaston. That was 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz.